2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Morley or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Hands up!
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Tuesday pod. Today we're talking about... I haven't spoken about our cat too much on this show. Her name's Luna. Looney. Nearly lost her over the weekend.
Lunatic.
The old lunatic. We thought she'd carked it. And I got accused of something that I wasn't too happy about with why the cat went downhill. It's okay now. The cat's fine.
Yeah.
Is
BJ okay? Because I know she's been calling for the cat a lot.
Yeah. Puss. She does
right.
yell out quite a bit. That's her name's Luna, but for some reason she yells that out, which is quite weird. There, Puss.
It's very loud too when you're screaming puss.
But you'll find out what happened to the cat in the potty.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Live Nation's just released its annual What's In, What's Out list. And this is for the Gen Zs, man. Okay. Gen Z, so if you want to move with the cool kids, here we go. This is so if you're born Gen Z's 97, born between 1997 and 2012. Also known as Zoomers or post-millennials.
Zoomers?
Yeah.
Never heard of Zoomers.
Mm-hmm. There you have now, mate.
Okay.
Here's what's in, guys. If you want to stay cool in 2025, dressing to slay at music events. Am I right, sisters?
Oh, yeah.
You're not wrong, Whip.
The outfit is more important than the actual festival sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what you look like getting there and getting home. Dating in real life and not on apps. Oh, that's bad news for Ollie, who works on the show.
Dating in real life.
Mm-hmm. IRL, man.
That's so scary to even think about, bro.
You know, like
dating in real life.
Go and approach somebody at a bar. No way, man. Look them up online.
Hey, just on dating in real life, did you see the robot that performed the first front flip yesterday? Did anyone see that?
How good was that?
Finally, we've been waiting for a robot to do that.
The wait is over. Are they ready to kiss yet? Music festivals, yeah. Well, that ties into dressing to slay at the music festivals. Yeah, musicals are in. Yeah?
Oh.
We into musicals? MJ the Musical. Pumping at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's very popular, MJ the Musical, isn't it?
Do you know what you want to do on a Saturday night? You want to be part of the 63% of Zoomers that say you got to go to Yochi.
Yochi.
Got to hang out at Yochi on a Saturday night.
Because it's more the social, isn't it? Yochi. Once you get your yogurt and a couple of M&Ms on top with some strawberries, you got to hang around and meet new people. That's a good place to pick up.
Can I just throw it out there to Janine Ellis, who owns Yochi? And love you, Janine, because I'm a Boost Juice fan. And I reckon you can do... I want a bit more vanilla bean in your vanilla. So I don't ask a lot in life. Just a bit more bean in the vanilla. That'd be great. Okay. And I will be back there on a Saturday night.
You're not a Zoomer, mate.
Asian pop stars. Yeah, bang. We're into that culture as well. And being country music curious. Jelly roll, yeah, like a bit of jelly roll liar. Do you like that? Or are you into that? I'm curious.
Are you gay, bi, or country music curious?
I'm just very curious. Here's what's out, though, guys. Botox, see you later. We're not into filling faces. Skinny jeans, you're gone. Get out.
Nah, I'll still wear them.
Okay, sure. Ozempic, get out. Try Monjaro. Speed Dealer Sunnies are out. I thought they were back in. Speed Dealer Sunnies.
Well, I just bought my 5th pair.
From the servo. I'm glad this is out because I was disgusted by this. And one person that works on this show, Lizzie, she was into this. Bed rotting.
What's
where
bed
you
rotting?
Just stay in bed with your friends and crap all day.
Well,
You go, you get Uber Eats, I'm just having a hamburger in bed.
Well,
You're rotting.
The definition of that has changed over the years from Gen X's because, Tom, you've got, I think, 5 people locked up downstairs with a lot of bed rotting.
Yeah, I've got people rot.
You were rotting people out, Tom, in your bed.
Yeah, and foot rot. So,
the old foot rot flats.
Tom's got a bit of crotch rot as well.
Can we play Slice of Heaven soon, Tom, for all you Zoomers out there?
So get out of bed on your Saturday night, you dead bed-rotting pigs, and go and have some yochi on a Go and have some yochi on a Saturday night. But remember, when you're having your yochi, be very country music curious.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Yeah, so we nearly lost the cat over the weekend.
What's his name, mate?
Luna.
Muffy
Looney,
or something.
Or, I don't know if you've got BJ in there. Puss, 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 puss.
Sorry, mate?
Oh, my gosh, the amount of times I hear my wife yelling out, puss, puss.
Okay.
Puss, puss. Puss, puss. Okay. So anyway, we find the cat. Cats are tough, mate. They are so tough. But we find the cat passed out on the ground.
Oh,
I thought it wasn't breathing. So it likes to go into the garage a bit. We don't let it outside because there's brown snakes in the area, and there's a lot of cats in the area that have been killed before by brown snakes, so we don't let it outside. But it likes to go into the garage and hang out in there. What we think's happened, we think that it may have eaten a spider. So the cat is passed out on the ground, hardly moving, high heart rate, and just cannot get up off the ground. So then I take it to the vet. We take it to the vet on Saturday morning, and there's a moment where the vet takes its bloods and says, stick around for 20 minutes, we'll find out what the bloods. And then there's a moment where he takes a deep breath, the vet, and he goes, I've got to ask this, but you wouldn't have had a certain herb just hanging around the house that the cat might have got stuck into?
Oh, the cat's found your stash.
Well, and I said, no, I haven't done that for, I reckon, around about 30 years. I said, I don't. And then BJ looks at me and goes, well, have your mates hidden it anywhere in the house?
Righto.
And I'm like,
And
no.
you knew it was all in the attic, so it wasn't in the garage.
I'm like, no, it's not like they're just hiding it in my garage so the cat can find it. But there was a moment there where he accused me, Whip, that I may have made some butter or some cookies, and I've just left it hanging around, and the cat may have overdosed.
I mean, this is a guy who has told us stories about how you were the getaway driver for a bottle shop raid. So, look, there's criminal activity in your past. So the fact that he thinks the cat might have been puffing the magic dragon...
No, I don't. For anyone out there, I got into a car with a mate, a so-called mate, one day, and he said, "Can you just pop into my father-in-law's house? I need to pick something up." So I dropped him off. I stayed in the car for 20 minutes. I'm going, Mark, what are you? I'm yelling out, Mark. We've got to get going. Where are you? And then he jumps the back fence with a couple of plants that he's found in the backyard. And then I'm all of a sudden the getaway driver in my HQ Kingswood doing 65.
With a whole lot of purple bud in the back. I mean, it doesn't look great. I'm just sort of gathering the evidence at the moment on behalf of the vet, trying to work out what has gone on here, because I know that your mum not long ago made some cookies for Snoop Dogg.
Claire Fizzle, it's your nephew, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. I love you for the batch of cookies.
Yeah, Claire Fizzle. Now, she's got history with it.
That's
Not to mention the time she ended up at a party having a few cookies.
Yeah, John Cedarblade's house. She didn't know. Mum went through 4 choc chip cookies, and next thing you know, she had finished Grand Theft Auto.
So, look, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Your cat's stoned. Bring it home. Oh, God.
The cat's okay. For everyone out there, Luna is all right. So, Puss is back.
Hey!
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
King Charles, you absolute mad dog. King Charles is going to pick his favourite tunes for the King's Room, a special one-off broadcast on Apple Music. The 76-year-old recorded it at Buckingham Palace, and the broadcast will feature all his favourite hits from the King's past. Have a listen to this.
Throughout my life, music has meant a great deal to me. It has that remarkable ability to bring happy memories, comfort us in times of sadness, and to take us to distant places.
Wow.
It's interesting, isn't it? Actually,
when you got ears the size of his, music would be very important. There's not a sound that can enter that house without him picking it up.
I'm fascinated to see what he picks. Actually, we should play the full trailer. Do you want to hear the full trailer?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's have a listen.
Throughout my life, music has meant a great deal to me. It has that remarkable ability to bring happy memories, comfort us in times of sadness,
Don't.
and to take us to distant places. But perhaps, above all, it can lift our spirits to such a degree. And all the more so when it brings us together in celebration.
I said what in the butt.
In other words, it brings us joy.
I said what in the butt? What's the name of the guy that sings that song?
Samwell.
Samwell.
Samwell. It was a viral hit a few years ago.
I said what in the butt?
The King's Room, a special one-off broadcast on Apple Music. It's going to be the King's playlist. That is unbelievable. NWA, I wouldn't have picked it.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Morley or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Guys, last year we kept up to speed with the bikie wars that were going on here in Sydney, and we had Josh and Moz from the Daily Telegraph, the crime reporters. These guys are all over it. Well, there's a new war that's starting, and it's about tobacco. Josh Hanrahan's the man, and he's in here right now.
Around 100 businesses have been targeted as part of this ongoing war to take control of Melbourne's illegal tobacco trade.
We have had a number of homicides now that we can say are linked to the illicit tobacco trade.
Worth $5 billion a year.
Well, we need to talk about this because I can't believe this has exploded and explosion's probably not the word to use because there are quite a few explosions around Sydney at the moment. We need to talk about the tobacco and the acai wars that are going on in Sydney. It's massive. And one man that knows all about it is Daily Telegraph crime reporter Josh Hanrahan. Joshy, welcome to the show, buddy.
Josh.
Boys,
I mean,
good to be back.
Thinks like a criminal but does not behave like one. Josh, good to have your brain in.
Put it on my tombstone, that's good.
And thanks for bringing in the case of cigarettes for us as well. Where did you get these from?
Moz.
Got from Moz. He's a criminal himself, isn't he?
Can we start with the tobacco wars? Because I did not know that this was such a huge industry. So let's... People are buying these cheaper packets of cigarettes is this because durries are so expensive to buy these days, Josh?
100%, yeah. So as you know, the taxes and everything that have happened over the past couple of decades have put the price of a pack of smokes through the roof.
Yep.
And as we see with everything, drugs, no matter what it is, there's a black market that criminal gangs are willing to exploit, and tobacco is the current flavour of the month. Not only because people want to buy it, but because the repercussions if they get caught are pretty minimal.
So the bombings that we see and the fires that take place, a lot of it's been in Melbourne. That's just competition, is it? It's one tobacco shop wanting to take out another tobacco shop to steal their business.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. So it has been happening in Melbourne for the best part of the last 18 months, 2 years. If you turn on the TV and watch Brekkie TV
every day.
Morning, it is every day. It's incredible. A different shop every day.
But the shops keep opening and they're popping up everywhere.
Yep, they are. And it's coming to Sydney. It's on the way.
Is it?
We've had a few fire bombings in regional towns.
Okay.
Last week, the cops seized 4 tonnes of illegal tobacco in Sydney.
What?
We had a a serious incident in January where one gang heard about another gang's little stash of illegal tobacco and decided they'd break into the warehouse and take it. And so when they did that, an alarm went off at that warehouse, and so the owners saw that alarm go off and thought, okay, we'll go see what's going on at our shop. When they rocked up, police say that the gang that was there first grabbed the second gang, tied them up, and allegedly cut off the toes of one of those.
You're kidding me.
Members. So
Oh my God, sounds like Mexico. Cartels.
There's a lot of things that have happened in the last few years in Sydney that have been like Mexico, Sicario type style.
Do we grow? Because I know, in Victoria, you got an area called Bright. And believe it or not, there's huge tobacco plantations, and there have been over the years. Fitzy, you'll love this, in a town called Smoko. Do we have tobacco plantations here in New South Wales?
Yeah, we do, for
and
sure.
Where are they?
They're often out in the bush.
Right.
There have been many seizures over the years of major amounts of illegal tobacco, and that was before the tobacco wars kicked off.
So you talk about a packet of cigarettes being $50 these days. What are they buying a illegal tobacco cigarette for?
15. Less.
15.
Right.
So, Josh, can I also ask, if these guys, if they're caught to be distributing this, let's say you said before there was 4 tons of tobacco that they seized.
Wow.
What would be the fine for someone who's caught with that? So they get away with it. Compared to like a cocaine or something like that, it's nowhere near the same, is it?
If you're caught with 4 tons of cocaine, you're going to face life. And so that is the thing. So the profits that you can make from this tobacco are huge. And secondly, if you get caught, the risk is just so much less.
Because it was quite interesting hearing people come out and say, well, this is the government's fault. The government is taking $28 in tax for a $50 packet of cigarettes. It's a massive amount of money.
Yeah, but it's the same for alcohol at the moment as well, Josh. And obviously there's a reason behind that, because you would think that would drive people away from smoking. But now, unfortunately, this underground trade has picked up.
Yeah,
Josh.
It has. It's, I've spoken to people who talk about the fact that you can go into convenience stores and you can judge them by what they look like to know which ones to go into and say, give me the stuff below the counter, not behind you.
Right.
Well, it's the same as the vapes, isn't it?
Exactly the same.
Kids can get them anywhere. It's crazy what you can buy. The other one that we need to talk about is Sunday, Feb 9th, 2025 this year. Acai World was a suspected firebombing happened there as well, and that was burnt down. So what is going on in the acai industry at the moment? Because it seems to be a bit of a war happening there as well, Josh.
Well, I don't know that there are any acai wars going on. It's a great source of conversation on social media, particularly on TikTok in recent years. And there's all these shops, particularly in Western Sydney, who have really hit the market with their acai bowls. But one of them was Acai World, as you said, and they have a little food truck in Maryland, in a big kind of area where people would gather, and it was pretty popular. And for some reason, a couple of men, apparently, it's on CCTV, went in the dead of night and firebombed it.
Wow.
Why? Wow.
Wrong granola? Did they get the vegan option when they didn't ask for it?
I don't know, but a little more than a week later, there was one in Melbourne that was firebombed too.
Josh, can I ask the question, what if you're caught with 4 tons of acai?
I think you're going to get diabetes, but
I think you've got a sugar rush. One hell of a sugar rush, buddy. That's a lot of granola too.
No. Are they mixed up with another underground sort of trade, or what?
No, there's no suggestion of that. I mean, I've spoken to people who say the owners of Acai World in particular are really good guys. Family business. They apparently, as a family, used to love making them at home and decided we'll branch out.
Okay, so that's just a one-off, we're hoping, in terms of acai.
Totally.
So Josh, your intel is the tobacco wars are coming to Sydney. Like it's now that you can buy this illegal tobacco, and you reckon that there will be turf wars over it?
Yeah, that's the concern. Cops are really worried about some recent activity in Sydney, and we've seen in Melbourne fatal shootings over that. In Sydney, with the gang wars, it was more cocaine distribution. So the worry is that these gangs in Sydney that were once into cocaine are now going to move into tobacco. And with that is going to come the violence that we've seen in Melbourne.
Right. Okay. And is Moz still selling vapes, mate? Has he still got much of the watermelon, or has he moved on to the mango range?
Mate, a vape would do Moz the world of good, I reckon.
Moz has been having his own tobacco war for the last 50 years.
Yeah, it's internal.
Trying to get off it.
With his left
It's him,
and right
it's him in the mirror, yeah.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We got time to do a Lords of Property before we go to the news.
You bet we do.
Got some new gear, have you, mate?
Oh, look, it's one of my favourite. Actually, do you know what? It's been a bit stagnant. It hasn't. They haven't posted since September last year.
What? Where's Jason Yang?
Well, Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason Yang.
Jason Yang actually called off some of his auctions on the weekend because of ex-tropical cyclone Alfred.
Hi, I'm Jason Yang, and I'm bunkering down.
I hope he doesn't get blown away, Jason Yang.
Can you go again,
wait
Jess?
up. No, I actually do hope he gets blown away. This was on Instagram. My algorithm must get these real estate agents. For anyone who doesn't know, Lords of Property is unbelievable. It's real estate agents and, you know, some of the stuff that they get up to. So today it's time to get a coffee with Daniel Peer, guys. Daniel Peer works for Gary Peer, who's his dad.
Awesome.
And Daniel Peer, he's fast-paced, mate. There's a lot going on with Daniel.
I've always been a big believer in working hard and playing hard. Oh, man. Good to see you. Be good. See you, brother. I've got 10 meetings between now and 7 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, that's that one. Actually, can we isolate that one again? Because if you got the isolated one there, you got 10
meetings between now and 7 o'clock.
Now, if he's getting coffee in the morning, is that 7 o'clock in the morning? He's got 10 meetings, or is that?
No, it's 7 o'clock tonight, mate. You don't. You know, you're always on. You're always on your phone. You've always got your number on a billboard. If you're a real estate agent, you don't finish at 5.
Can you go to Keep Me Balanced now? I'm going to just change this up a little bit, Jess, because we've got to go to Keep Me Balanced. This is Daniel Peer here.
Being a very fast-paced guy who's got a severe case of ADHD, I need to have my checks and balances. So a sauna, an ocean swim, a walk without my phone. These things keep me balanced.
Yeah, it keeps him balanced. But this is the big one for me. You know, when you work with your old man and your dad owns the company, Gary Peer it's called, and he's Daniel Peer. I mean, what do you get up to with your dad? What do you guys do, and how do you get away and unwind? Have a listen.
Me and the old man were in Vegas a few years ago together, and I bought these big slushy drinks. And God bless him, he's so innocent. He doesn't drink much. He's a good soul. And I gave him this big 1 litre vodka-infused slushy, and he had no idea that it was filled with vodka. Drank the whole thing. 20 minutes later, he could hardly stand.
Yeah, I love going to Vegas and spiking my dad's drink. Oh, God, he nearly ended up in my bed. Oh, you're a lord, mate.
Well done, Daniel Peer. I will not be buying a house off you.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Mount Hawthorn or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
I love these Australian stories, and I want to hear from you as well. What are the dangerous games that you got up to as kids? But this has gone it's gone viral globally, all over the world, and there is an element of me when these do go when they do go viral all over the world. I go, you know what? I'm proud to be Australian here. Shocking footage has emerged of children using a dead snake as a skipping rope.
This is Australia.
Yeah, it is, mate. If you got a problem with it, get out.
You know what? The snake was already dead. It was a black-headed python. It was massive, but it was huge. So the kids started using it as a skipping rope. One of the mums came over with a camera, said, show me, what have you got, kids? And the woman says in the videos, and they stopped with the skipping rope and showed Mum, we found this dead python out in the forest.
I mean, you could argue that it's the wrong thing to do with a dead animal, It is a snake. Nobody's really personally tied to snakes. I don't have too much of an issue with it, if that's okay to share this morning.
I agree.
I do like it, like you're saying, Fitz. It's good for the brand. Bloody hell, mate. They use snakes as skipping ropes down there.
I love nothing more than when you go to the States and there's Americans that bring up, videos, viral videos that they've seen of people. Steve Irwin did so much for this country.
Oh, yeah.
It made us so much more tougher. Like, I know. I cannot believe, and you know what? And I'm more than happy just to turn to someone and go, we're all like that.
Of course
we're all
mate.
like that.
And that's the thing. I love the fact that Americans, the Brits, might think that we're actually strong because there's nothing strong about me. But I also, if you go back to your school days, Fitz, jump rope for heart was massive.
Yeah.
You'd raise so much money and all you had to do was skip. If you didn't have a rope, grab a dead snake.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they told us to do that.
Really simple. When we were younger, we used to put 20-cent pieces on the railway tracks. So when the 73A train used to go over them, then you go on the search to find the 20-cent pieces, and they were just stretched out and longer.
Yeah.
But until Mick Fitzgerald came, I still remember this one day, and in front of all my mates, he gave me the biggest flogging. What are you boys doing? This is so dangerous.
Did you?
Yeah, but Dad, come over here and have a look at this 20-cent piece. That's amazing. Look how long it is.
Did you ever use? Did you ever get soda bulbs and put them on the train lines? My God, you don't reckon they went off with a bang?
Well, that could derail the train, couldn't it?
I don't think it could derail, but the soda bulb would shoot off on occasions, and that could probably take your head off.
Dan in Belrose, dangerous things you did as a kid.
Oh, mate, look, it's nothing too as radical as jumping over a snake, but I swear, just even the small things like climbing a tree, looking up at a tree thinking, I could climb that.
Yeah.
There's no way that is possible now.
You would just keep going and going, Dan, wouldn't you? You wouldn't stop, and then you'd get to a point of, how am I going to get back down from this?
Oh, but the problem was there was no fear. Whereas now I'd just stand at the base of it, but there's no way that branch can support me.
Do you know, I saw a dad the other day at the playground. It was one of those sort of spider web frame things that go to the top, and the kid was tiny, and he'd climbed all the way to the top, and the dad's yelling, and I'm thinking, why hasn't the dad gone up there? Because if that kid falls, we've got a real problem here. And I said to the dad, are you gonna go up there? And he said, I've had 3 heart operations in the past 6 months. I can't extend myself. And I said, do you want me to get your kid down?
Yeah.
And he went, no, he'll hit a couple of ropes on the way down.
Belinda in the Hawkesbury, what were the games that you got up to as a kid?
Yeah, morning, boys. We were a group of little BMX bandits around our neighbourhood,
awesome.
And we loved racing each other down this one hill.
Yep.
And see who could go down the fastest.
Oh my
and
God.
I remember one day, it was the day before my Holy Communion, and we were caning down the hill. One of the kids thought it'd be really funny to run out in front of my tyre and put their foot out. And so my bike flipped, and my whole nose scraped all the way along the gravel. And for the days of my Holy Communion, I have a big scab on my nose.
Oh my God, Belinda, but it's made you the person you are today,
That's
Belinda.
it. It's all about resilience.
Yes, it is, Belinda.
What did you have, Belinda? A Haro, Redline, Diamondback, or was it just a cheap hot foot?
I had a cheap old Kmart one.
Yeah. They were the way to go. Rowan in Currajong, still got scars from childhood activity. What do you got, Rowan?
Oh, mate, fireworks night. We used to get the ball shooters and you'd make your own little forts, and that was it. You'd be shooting them at each other as fast as you could and as hard as you could. And
Ryan, you might be a little bit... Rowan, you might be a little bit older than me. So Australia used to have Guy Fawkes Night, is that right?
yeah, it was just a big bonfire night, and that was it. You'd get loaded up with all your different firecrackers, and you'd always try and get those balls.
And I think they still do it in Darwin, and that's the only place. But the problem was with the firecrackers and the fireworks, they were going off in kids' pockets and blowing fingers off.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some injuries.
Which can be a real downer on the night at the end of the night if a kid blows off a couple of fingers.
Oh,
like
mate, it gets in the way. But because we're Australian, you'd pick your nose with some other kid's finger. You'd skip with a dead snake. I don't know.
We should do what was it called again for the heart?
Jump rope for the heart.
Jump rope for the heart. And anyone finds dead snakes, just bring them into Saunders Street here, and we'll start that up again.
What do you think, Tommy? Yeah. A lot of people talking about the global red room here at Nova, but we might do jump rope for heart with dead snakes.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Now, I do understand that this has popped up in my algorithm. It's a couple of weeks old, but I need to play it because it's just unbelievable. And I understand as well, in radio at the moment, we're having cutbacks. Television's the same as well. So to find content, I mean, it's harder to find content and shows, and they're trying to spend less money on shows. But there's a brand new show on Channel 9. It's called Find My Beach House, which I think there's been a few versions of this, of people finding...
So it's property porn by the beach.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, I think there's a couple on the ABC where couples try to go out into the country and they've tried to find their home. I like those shows because you get 3 different homes. Which one are they going to choose? Which one's best for their family?
For that one.
Shelley Craft is hosting this show, Find My Beach House, and ABC's Media Watch picked this up a few weeks ago. So in Season 2, Episode 3, there's a Victorian couple, Tonya and Lachlan, and they're looking for their dream home. Have a listen to this.
Find My Beach House is quintessential commercial TV, with host Shelley Craft guiding cashed-up couples on the hunt for the perfect beachside getaway, like Lockie and Tonya.
This is kind of the perfect time to head down to the coast and stay there.
So, can Shelley help them find their dream home?
Okay, so then they get a choice of 3 houses, Whip, right? And then they have to make a decision which one they want. All 3 beach houses are unbelievable, by the way. They're beautiful. Okay. Second one, not so much. They were keen on the first one and the third one. Which one are they going to choose? Have a listen.
Don't keep us hanging.
Have you made a decision? House number 3 feels like it is the one.
Lockie and Tonya have successfully bought the house and are now savouring every moment of their new beach life.
Praise be success. They got the very house they wanted, which we've discovered was no fluke because, are you sitting down? It was their home all along. Tonya and Lockie had bought the land 8 years ago and put up the house themselves, documenting their every step on Instagram. Here's Tonya posting the house designs back in 2022. And here they are, choosing just the right stone for their new kitchen benchtop. Now, let's watch as our happy couple visit their own kitchen, apparently for the first time.
Wow. That is a serious stone. Okay.
It's something else, isn't it?
It's something else, isn't it? Yes, it is, you idiots.
I think we might go house 3. This feels really comfortable to me.
I love what they've done with the place.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Morley or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.